We're going to talk about what's going on with you when ding dong, a new thing is calling you. So, does anyone remember ding dong, Avon calling? Okay, this is dating me pre internet. If you ever heard of Avon Cosmetics or Mary Kay, they used to go door to door, ding dong, Avon calling. Now we have the internet. No one needs to come to your door. However, sometimes ding dong, there's something calling you. And you're like, what do I do about this? Like this doesn't match what I'm doing now. I can't leave what I'm doing now to do this. Is this thing that's calling at me something I'm meant to do? And what I'm bringing you today is based on some questions that I got from people in our Career Clarity and Direction group on Facebook. So if you're not there, you may want to join us. I understand if you don't want to be on Facebook, but that's where we're hanging out. All right. So I'm Laura Berman Fortgang, longstanding career coach. And I want to address this, right? How do you know if something that's calling to you is something you should do? Or how do you reconcile it with what you're doing now? Let me walk you through a few steps. All right. And if you're here on any of our platforms, I can see your comments if you want to say hi. And of course, I can see you on Instagram. All right. So, first of all, I want to ask you, is this a distraction or is it a calling? And by a distraction, I mean, like, do you hate what you're doing right now that you're just like daydreaming, grasping at straws, and something would be an escape for you? It's, of course, we want to escape uncomfortable situations or things we don't like, but you got to figure out, like, am I avoiding something or is this really something I want to do? All right. So, how do you know if it's a calling? How do you know it's something you should do? Test it. First of all, does it match your criteria for happiness? What is your criteria for happiness? A lot of people don't even know that. Right. So is it you need more flexibility? Is it the way you're treated? Is it the kind of work you want to do? Is it that you want to do something more meaningful? So what's your criteria for happiness? And does this new thing, point to some of those things? And then the best thing you can do is research. Start talking to people in something you think you want to do, right? Find out, wait a minute. Ugh. Find out the reality, right? So sometimes the fantasy is so much better than the reality. So you want to go and check out, do I really want to do this? Right. And how do you do that? I mean, I worked with a client a long time ago. She was a serious sales consultant and salesperson, and she felt called to be a minister, a pastor, and just could not reconcile that. I mean, come on, that does not match what I'm doing now, the money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so the best thing you can do is research. She went and talked to a few of the seminaries where she might um, study, and where she had in her mind she couldn't afford to go to school. No, guess what? They gave her a scholarship. Anyway, that was many years ago, and she has been the head of a church for many, many years. Now, someone a little more recent, they were interested in politics, and they decided to, while they had their full-time job, volunteer for a campaign. That person got elected to Congress, and the woman who was the volunteer is a chief of staff of a congresswoman now, almost going on 4 years, right? So you need to test it. You need to cross over, volunteer in it, maybe take a class, maybe go talk to a university admissions about this course of study that you're thinking of doing. So you will know if this is just something that you're daydreaming about to escape a horrible reality, or if it's something you're really called to do, because you'll start to see doors open. And when the doors start opening and the things get easier, and it's like, well, it's pointing to that direction, it doesn't mean it'll be any less scary. Change is scary. There are no guarantees. We just don't know. However, you will know based on how you feel. Right? I call it the free fall, like you're like as if you were jumping out of an airplane, when it's exciting, absolutely frightening, but at the same time it feels right. Like you're going to do this and you're going to grow from it. So, ding dong, something's calling. What do you do? Does it match my criteria for happiness? Talk to people who have done it and start crossing over in less scary ways. Volunteer, take a class, talk to an admissions counselor, talk to someone who's done it, and start seeing where the traction begins. So I hope this little tidbit is helpful today. We are about to enter another free career clarity reboot. September 12th through 18th. So if you're someone trying to figure out what you want to do with your life, you want to be there. If you're watching on one of the platforms where this is scrolling along the bottom, that's where you go to sign up. Those of you on Instagram, go to the link in the bio. And if you're watching this video at a time when we're in between things, you'll probably see a waiting list to sign up and be there. I'm Laura Berman Fortgang. I wish you the best, and I hope that you'll come back next Friday for more Friday Focus. So ding dong, go answer that call. Have a great weekend.